Okay, some important notice. You can take a quick read. Now, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do remember to subscribe after this. Alright, this is the channel name at Amazon Global Selling. So I'll be uploading all the recordings to the YouTube playlist there, except for the Q&A. So the Q&A will only be at the end, and then I will not be sharing the Q&A in the recording, so as to be fair to all of you who join me in the webinar, okay? And then if you enter any questions during the sign up, I would have extracted it in the morning. Now, if not, if you cannot see your question later, you can actually put it on your question box at your right hand side. You can see a question mark. All right, click on that, then you would have a input box for you to key in your question. Right, lastly, if you're watching this recording, remember to always go to Seller University or Seller Central Help for the most updated information, because the recording might be outdated by the time you see this, okay? So you are watching the live webinar right now, which is part of the Seller Education program. So live webinar as well as Seller University belongs to the Seller Education learning programs to cater for the different learning needs and journey of our seller. So in Seller University, you can actually get access to other more detailed content over there. And if you have a Seller Central account, you'll be able to track your learning progress over there as well. And then there are also a lot more other short videos that you can see from the same YouTube channel. Okay, so today there's three main agenda. Right, I hope I can cover all these three because it can be quite lengthy for some of it. Right, so bear with me. Right, so to quickly launch a high conversion product, we have sort of identified the three different phases that you see. Right now, first of all is the product research phase. So this phase will have these three Amazon tools to support selling partners. Now again, each of these tools actually have a standalone webinar itself. Now today's session is not really going to tell you what you can actually do step by step with it, but to really give you a high level understanding of what are the tools available that you can use it to do your different like product research or different phases along the way. Right, so it's meant to be more of an overview, high level of how these different tools can help you. Right, first of all, Product Opportunity Explorer. So this is actually a product research tool where seller can view customer data on the store level, and these are all Amazon's data, right? It's a tool that you can use to actually find out the demand of a certain product that you might want to sell, and then it's open to all seller in the professional selling plan. So what happened is that, customer will tell, Amazon what they want when they do the search term, etc. And then they will be able to find out what are the niches, right? So with all these niche search terms that Amazon collected on the customers, right, you'll be able to see all these data regarding the customer search terms. And using this data, you will be able to find unmet demand, right? Maybe certain products that having a high demand but very few sellers, or a very few products that is actually selling to what the customer wants, right? And then with that, right, you can use the data to come up with a new product that is in a way using data to kind of like build up certain features of the product to target certain customers, right? And also use to help to validate the product that you might want to launch. All right, so in summary, you can make data-driven decision based on the many metrics that you can see. Now, I would suggest that after the webinar, you go to your Seller Central account if you have one, to play around and see how much data there is there for you to analyze and download and, play around with to do your product research. Because there is actually up to more than 50 over data points available to help you deciding, whether or not to launch a new product using the data available, right? To help you to see, there are some very interesting features on the potential drivers to purchase, and also the customers' reviews, insights, right? This kind of interesting data points can help you, understand whether or not your product will meet the demand of your target customers. So the next few slides is just going to show some of the features available. You can search by keywords, search by ASIN. You can look at the number of clicks, the growth, and the total sales in the past like 90 days, etc. You can even download the data to do further deep dive if you want to. All right, so this is just a snippet of all the features that are available, like looking for search terms, the trends, reviews, insight, etc. All right, the next one is marketplace product guidance, or they call it the MPG. So what this product does is that you can easily find recommendations, all right, or help to look at certain product features to understand what are the different various features that high demanding ASIN have, and you could potentially use that to make or launch your new product. Okay, this is where you can find it under the growth in the seller central, and you have to be a professional selling, meaning that you have a professional selling plan to get this access to the MPG. All right. Now, specifically, I want to bring you to what we call under MPG. There is an option, or rather a feature called the category insights. Right, you can see, as the name says, you can find the insights of the category on the stores that you want to sell in. Right, it will give you insights such as the search to purchase ratio, what is the conversion rate per price range, right, and also what is the return ratio, and also the return reason for returns. So you can use all these data to kind of discover the selection metric as well as product features like these. These are again some of the snippets of what is available in that category insights tool. Next one I want to touch on quickly is the brand analytics. So there are times you might think, what kind of product are selling well? How do you create high click or high conversion ASIN? And, what's my brand repurchase rate? So brand analytics will be able to help address these questions for you. So you can actually find these under the brand navigation, brand analytics. Like, so some of you may not be able to see these because this is only available if you are a brand owner, meaning that you have a trademark enrolled into Amazon brand registry, then you can see this feature available. And with the brand analytics, you are able to see this kind of reports or over here, search terms report, repeated purchase behavior, market basket analysis, demographics, search performance, etc. So I'll just share with you, what some of these report or analysis report can help you with. Now, for example, the market basket analysis, right? It will be able to provide you on the insights on the product. They are actually most frequently purchased together. All right, this can help you decide or not whether you want to bundle certain products together, how certain product can complement each other, based on the customer's buying patterns. So you can help you to do cross-selling opportunity. Right, the other info is something like demographic. I believe right now it's only available if you're selling on a US store, you'll be able to see certain demographics information like the age, household income, education, gender, etc. Right, end of the day is to help you understand your customers' shopping habits and the product's needs. So you will be able to customize your product according to these needs of your customers. Right, and it also help you improve your audience targeted advertising strategies. Right, the other report I want to share is the search query performance report. You can see this report is pretty comprehensive. You can see the number of impressions, number of clicks, and number of the add to carts, and also the purchase count and total sales. Right, so it gave a little bit more information than the product opportunity explorer. For this, it will be more targeted to your brand level kind of metrics that you can see. All right, I'm going to moving on to the second phase. Now, again, if you have any question, let me know in the question box so that we can address it at the end of the webinar. Right. Now, during the product preparation phase, as the name says, it's basically, consists of, all these tools that we have to help you boost your sales and accelerate your new ASIN. So I'll quickly touch on all these different programs and different tools available. Right, FBA, right, very quickly. So FBA means that it's actually one of the fulfillment methods, right? You can fulfill yourself or you can leverage FBA to help fulfill your products to your customer. Right. So as a seller, you will send the products in bulk, inventory to one of the Amazon fulfillment center. Right. And whenever your customers buy any product from you, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship the order to your customers. And Amazon will also provide other services like, answering some of the questions like how do they do any form of returns, what is the um, delivery like, etc. So you can save some resources on this to actually focus on your business and let Amazon handle the fulfillment for you. So FBA is more of a last mile delivery kind of the fulfillment option for you, right? So for the first mile, which is the orange part, you can either use your own delivery partner or delivery logistic partner, or you can also use Amazon first mile delivery partner options such as the Amazon Global Logistics, right? And then towards the blue portion is where the FBA kicks in. Right, key advantage, right? You get faster shipping to your customer if you're using FBA. Right, across 50 states, the product will reach the customers about 1 to 2 days, and then also help to increase product discovery, because most consumer would like to receive the product faster, and because FBA will be able to help send your product fulfill to your customer in 1 to 2 days across the US. Right, last but not least, you also have some shipping discount that's available to help you reduce the cost. All right, so this is a quick overview of the fees. So how FBA charges is that it consists of the storage fee. All right, so it's based on the per cubic foot per month, and it will be prorated, right, depending on which month, at which point of time your product reaches the fulfillment center. And then the other one, which is the fulfillment fee, is based on per item and charged according to the size and the weight of each item. So these two will be the FBA charges, right? So there are other optional fees available to sellers, right? You can also use services like labeling, packaging, and in the event you need to remove the order, there's order removal and more. So do take note that this is for the Amazon store. So if you are selling to the other store, you might want to be aware that there is different size and weight limit and fees for different stores, right? So do check on the relevant Seller Central help pages for this. Right, to help you with that, right, there is a FBA revenue calculator you can use, right? The link is on the QR code, one of the link. You look under FBA logistic roles, you can see this. All right. And also there are video tutorials to show you how to pack your product. If you are the one going to pack your product yourself, you can learn from the videos on how to pack your product properly to send in to the FBA fulfillment center. Right. If not, you can use this calculator to, give yourself an estimate to kind of find out if you have your own logistic option, whether is it more cost effective to use FBA compared to your own logistic option. So this will be a good calculator at the start for you to, calculate the cost that you might require upfront. So during the preparation phase, another thing to take note of is the branding. All right, so it's always good to start, doing branding right at the start of your product launch journey. And Amazon here has what we call this branding roadmap for you. So you can see there is actually quite a lot, I think more than 30 branding tools to help sellers to develop a brand on Amazon. And then again, to use all these branding tools, you need to be enrolled under the Amazon brand registry, meaning that you need to have a trademark enrolled into Amazon brand registry, then you will be able to unlock all this branding tool. So I will just share with you some parts of it, right? Things like developing a brand strategy. In the branding roadmap, it will share with you how you can use certain tools like brand analytics, etc., to understand your customers, get more insights, and then also the tools to help you understand how you should price your products. All right. And then last but not least, using the keyword search term, etc., can help you plan your advertising strategy based on the different reports and insights that you can gather from all the tools. Right. All this will help you to develop a good brand for your product. All right, as for the brand image, right, there's about three parts. Now, again, these are just the overview. There is a more detailed guide in the Seller University, which you can download it. Right, so do note that this is just an overview. Right, so how using the roadmap can help you give you a guidance on developing your own brand image. Right, useful tools like the A plus content, help you communicate your brand story and your product details. And also being able to create a brand store will be able to convey your brand value to your customer and kind of reinforce the customer loyalty. And also there's promotional tools as well to keep your customers from coming back. Right, like I mentioned earlier on, A plus content, this is what it actually helps. And how it looks like, I'm pretty sure that you might be aware if you go on to Amazon.com to shop, you may see that how come certain listing has a more visually appealing layout compared to some others. And those are the one that is usually the A plus content, right? And then on the top of a listing, product listing page, you might see like a banner kind of things that talks a lot about the brand, although some seller will actually use it to promote, other products there. Right? But the true use of it is really to tell the brand story of your brand. You'll see a banner on top usually. Yep. Right. The other one, which is very useful, it is the brand store. Right, this store is essentially like your own store. You can get your own URL, amazon.com/, the name of your shop that you can choose, assuming nobody taken that name. Right, and your customers can land on your brand store where there is only your product that is being shown. Right, it's effective like your own landing page with all your product listed there. Right. So you can use this to increase your brand and product exposures. You can run advertising like sponsored brands to drive more traffic to your brand stores, and you can easily customize your page. It's actually drag and drop. There's no coding involved to develop your brand store, design your navigation how you want it to be. Right. Now, again, this tool is free, just that you want to be aware you need to be enrolled in Amazon Brand Registry before you can unlock these brand building tools. Right, the next one I want to share is the compliance reference tool. This is also a question that's always coming up from seller, like, how do I know if my product is compliant? How do I know what do I need to submit? What kind of document to submit for, to verify that my product is compliant? What do I need to give to Amazon? Or where do I need to get the certification, etc.? So this is where you can get the tool. Right, under the account health, you go to manage your compliance. All right, you'll be able to go to this compliance reference tool. I'm going to zoom in for you. So this is like multiple drop down. You just need to be sure that what you're selling, select the different product type, right, the right category, etc. All right, or you can even search for it. And then on the next page, you will see the information. For example, this is like, you intend to sell children footwear. All right, so on this page, it will tell you in the different tabs. All right, first one in terms of the product compliance on children's footwear, these are the regulations, and these are what you need. right? So they will even introduce you who are the service provider that can help you in this. And again, to reach out to this provider, you have to do your due diligence, right? Reach out to them, check with them, have calls and communication with them to make sure they can provide what you need. All right. So there's an option for you to contact the provider. All right. So this tool, again, you can go test it out on your account if you have an account. All right. It's very useful. All right. Lastly, okay, not the last, but the more important part will be how you're going to price your product, right? When you're doing your preparation. Well, you can see some of the tools that we have shared earlier on. Very firstly, like brand analytics, product opportunity explorer, and even category insights. All these tools, there will be a section on the selling price. Like for example, product opportunity explorer, there is a column on the average selling price. Right. So this is the part where you can do further analysis or what are the sweet price point that you think your product may fall into. All right, and decide on the price. And this one, for example, like the category insights tool, right, you can see in terms of the certain features, all right, and then what is the price range, right? And then the other one, like brand analytics, I think this one, all right, you'll be able to see the price, the median price of the product, right? So you can see there is different tools, right? And they are all Amazon data for you to quickly understand, what are the kind of pricing that you can set for your product. All right, next one to share is on listing preparation, right? Now, during preparation, you want to know that your product is compliant, which again, the tool I shown earlier on, the compliance reference tool, that will help you a lot in this part, right? So product compliance, which means that the customers must be able to find a variety of product that is safe, reliable, right, on the Amazon store. Right, so product have to be certified safe, all right, it's legal to be sold in the country that you're selling in, all right. And then in certain cases where you might need to provide certain certificate, all right, and reports to ensure that your product is safe for the consumer, for the customers. So these are different types of the product, right? They may require review, right? They are like restricted product category, prohibited product, and FBA prohibited product, meaning that if you're going to use FBA, these are the products that you can't use FBA, right? And then there are categories that requires approval as well. So the common product compliance, like for example, US, these are the authority that you need to get approval from. All right, for example, like FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So if you're selling categories like a food or even like what do you call it, cosmetic cream, etc. Those you will need FDA approval, right? You need to get their approval. You might need to submit certain samples of your food, etc. to get it, their formal approval from them. Right? If you're selling certain electronics, right, you will need to get an FCC approval and so on and so forth. Yeah. Right, the next important thing is the product identifier, the ID. Right, to understand whether or not your product need an ID, which is also called the global trade item number, GTIN. Right, so you need to check out on the page. All right, certain product category may not need a product ID. Right, so product ID will be things like UPC, ISBN, EAN, JAN. And most important thing, you want to be aware that if your product needs a product ID, you need to get it from GS1. It is the only, I would say, it is the only place that you can get a official product ID because Amazon will validate the product ID with GS1 database. Right, so GS1 is a company that actually, to put it simply, they give IDs to all the products. right? So you have to buy your ID from them, right? And Amazon will validate the authenticity of your product ID with the GS1 database, right? So do not buy it from any third parties, eBay or whatnot, or any other people. You have to go to the GS1 website and buy it yourself, right? Now that's assuming your product needs to have a product ID. So in some cases, your product may not need a ID. You can do what we call a GTIN exemption, right? This process is quite straightforward. So during the product listing process, if you select the option that says my product do not have a product ID, there'll be an option for you to apply for GTIN exemption, right? And then it will take you through the process. So where can you apply for GTIN exemption? So for example, if your product category do not need a product ID, then you will request for the exemptions, right? And basically, the common product that may not need a product ID might be the private label product or homemade products, all right? Okay, next one is the brand name preparation. Right, you want to use the correct brand attribute. All right, so this is quite, I would say, quite straightforward, right? To know whether or not your product has a brand, whether or not you own the brand or you are an authorized brand owner, right? So on your product, you might want to see whether is it clearly branded, right? If yes, then you're likely either registered your own brand, all right, or you could somebody assign you the brand role, etc. Right? If no, it could be a generic product, right? A product that has no brand. Okay. Now, during listing, if you encounter any of these, error, you can actually reach out to the selling partner support to help you check on what is the error about. All right. Normally, is you might not have a approved usage of the brand, or the brand is not registered on the Amazon brand registry, etc. All right. So next, I'm gonna touch on the product launch strategy. All right. Let me see what is the next few slides. All right. So during the product launch, right, these are the different tools, right? I make a typo here, it should be product launch. Right, so there are a couple of tools like automate pricing, Amazon Buy, ads, the traffic roadmap, as well as growth opportunity and listing optimization to help you with. Right, first one is automate pricing. Right, so what this does is that you are able to stay competitive with dynamic pricing. All right, these tools will help you to adjust your prices automatically. So these are the benefits, help you maximize sales, compete your way, save time and effort, strengthen customer trust, and extend your strategy. So this is how the tools look like. You can set your own logic, all right, if you have different stores, right? This is the how the interface look like. All right, you can select the SKU that you want to enable the dynamic pricing, the automate pricing, or you can create a custom pricing rule. Okay, the next one is Amazon Vine. All right, so when you launch a new product, you worry about all of these things, right? How to get new product reviews, or the review of the quality of the review is not consistent, etc. So Vine is like a review kind of a program thing, right? Whereby there's Vine voices, the one who is giving review will be able to get your product and then give a objective review for it. Right. So end of the day, Amazon Vine will help to boost engagement with the product reviews. So these are the difference, right, in terms of the normal typical review, just having a rating compared to a quality review from Divine Voices. Right, so on the review, you can definitely tell whether is it a buying customer or is it a usual customer. Right, but again, the review quality is what that matters. Right, it gave the customers more confidence in buying your products. Right, with having a good quality review from Divine Voices. Right, so Amazon Buy will help you to get trusted review fast, and with that helps to increase your traffic and conversion as well. So the review is the truth. Buy voices will not give buyers reviews, all right? So you also get to know your customer better using those buy reviews. And yep, you can analyze the review data as well using Amazon Buying. So there is a fee to it, which I will suggest you to download the Seller University guide to understand more on the fees for Amazon Buying. All right, the next one is Amazon Ads. All right, it's one of the solutions that you can leverage on or one of the tools to help you quickly launch your product to get more visibility. Right, so I'm going to introduce you some of the Amazon Ads product. All right, sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored videos, and sponsored display and display videos. All right, these are sponsored product ads. You can actually see it right on the Amazon.com. If you were to search for anything, you can see something with the tag sponsored. Right. So this will help you to increase your visibility of your product. Will appear in shopping result or product detail page. All right, sponsored brands, like the name says, all right, it's really help to give your brand a more visible branding, where you can see you appear with the three products and it directs to the brand page when you click on it. All right, different ad format, there's product collection, etc. Sponsor brands and sponsored display. All right, this will offer contextual and audience-based targeting. All right, out of all these, right, if you do not have a Amazon, if you're not Amazon enrolled in Amazon brand registry, you will only be able to use sponsored products, right? So if you're enrolled into Amazon brand registry, then you can use the like sponsor brands, sponsored display. All right, and same for all these store, post, brand follow, and the Amazon attribution. Right, you have to be a brand owner and enroll under Amazon brand registry, then you will be able to use this product, and it's all free. So store I mentioned earlier on already is like your own landing page, so I won't touch in too much on these. So post is like a Instagram kind of thing where you can scroll through and look at the post. You can post it, or people review over here and scroll through the different brand posts that the other brand posts as well. So being a brand, it's good to have visibility here. And also the brand follow is basically a button that allows you or allows your customer to follow your brand. So whenever you post anything new, they will be notified. Right. Lastly, Amazon attribution is actually something that help you attribute or to show you how your non-Amazon marketing strategies can impact your brand, right? So this is something for more advanced sellers, right? If you're running off, Amazon advertising, you'll be able to use this to track your efforts. All right, so this is the overall of the Amazon ad solutions, full funnel solutions that we have. Right, the top three are more geared towards self-service ad solutions, and then the one below are free solutions for sup- excuse me, for supporting your brand growth. Okay, the next one to touch on to maybe let you understand about Amazon traffic. So what we consider on Amazon traffic, so traffic that happens around in Amazon website, right? Organic traffic. The other one is traffic from promotion tools. You might run certain tools like lightning deals, coupon, etc. This will drive organic traffic, and on Amazon traffic, I mean, and then also ad traffic when you're running like sponsored brands, sponsored products, right? This one will drive on Amazon traffic, and also traffic from other major sales like Prime Day, etc., Pets Day, right? These will all contribute to the on Amazon traffic. So there's a page called the growth opportunity page as well. This is something you want to check it out. Right, so in this page, they will provide you with a variety of suggested action based on the data from your account. Right, so they'll give you a recommendation, drill down to the ASIN level, and it's updated every day to help you seize your latest opportunity. So in the growth opportunity page, these are the things that you can see. I'm gonna zoom in for you. Right, you can see things like, daily views, ASIN conversion rate, category conversion rate, and the sales rank. Right, so if you are using the English Seller Central page, right, you can also download, the data to further deep dive and slice and dice the data. Now, again, this is all based on your data. So in the sense that the Seller Central will provide you with the growth opportunity, right, for you. Lastly, I want to talk about listing optimization. So this is something that you can still do, or something that you should do it ongoingly. Right, to help you understand what are the different entry points to Amazon traffic, right? The search term, browse node, main images, title, coupon deal, etc. Right? I would say these are the entry point that you would be able to control. All right. So just to share the different ways that how you can increase your traffic to your listing. Now, first of all, step one, organic traffic, right? Right. Consumer will go to the shopping page. This is where the impression is, and then click on the shopping result page to go to the detail page. Right, so this is typically how it kind of flows. And the very first touch point will be the keywords and even ads. And then what consumer will be looking at will be the title, the images, the main image specifically, right? And then the pricing or even the number of reviews, right? So few quick tip on the good title, right? The keywords, include keywords, this key selling point, and make it easy to understand. Now, there's a lot of tools online that can help you with this already, so strongly suggest you to use those tools. And these are the optimization tips that you can be aware of. All right. So you're selling into the US, definitely do not use any Chinese spelling or Chinese character, etc. So example, these are the words that are typically not allowed in a title. All right. Just so you know, even if you use it, sometimes you might see that your listing getting suppressed. It could be that some of your keyword are not compliant. Right, main image. Right, this is very important because first impression matters a lot. So your main image needs to be a needs to be a white background. All right, and then make sure it's of a high quality so that when it's mouse over, the image will enlarge and your customer can see the details clearer. So this has a very positive impact on the click-through rate, right? So make sure you have a good quality main image. All right. The other one is you can get more creative is the alternative image. Right, these are the one that you do not necessarily need to have a white background. All right, so you can start to showcase your other selling point of your products using the alternative image. So some example for you to reference how to make it your alternative image better. And especially during the seasons, different seasons, you might want to customize different themes to resonate with your target audience. And you can also showcase some of the scenarios that your product could be used for. Right, besides season, you could also join in with the different festivals like Halloween, Christmas, etc., Mother's Day. Okay, so this is more or less the last slide that I have, right? How you can optimize your bullet points, right? So strongly suggest you to use at least 5 bullet points and use it well, write a good copy of it, right? Focus on your key selling point on each point. Okay, you don't need to write very long, all right? Shorter and concise is better. And last but not least, again, there are many tools out there that you can use this to generate a good, I would say, bullet points for you. So do leverage those tools, which I share in my other webinars as well. All right, reached the end of the session today. Now I'm going to share with you some Salary University resources that we have. Now, what I'm sharing here today, you can actually download it from the link here, right? You should be able to find the guide. Okay, you can download that, the A to Z guide to launch a high conversion product. So in the guide, you will be able to see everything in more detail, and the guide will point you to the different tools in Seller Central and also the different more in-depth resources that you can read more and understand better. So you can understand what I'm actually sharing after reading the guide from Seller University. So do remember to get the detailed guides over there. All right, so last but not least, I have another webinar this month, which is tomorrow. That will be about the Seller Central. So if you are curious to know how Seller Central looks like, so it's essentially a website that you will be able to do all the listing, uploading of compliance documents, set your pricing, etc. So remember to sign up for the session tomorrow. Okay,